The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to the 50-yard line. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Hand off to Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Give and chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
With the free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. Home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Luke Raleigh. She will turn and go to third on the triple. Good afternoon, Ellwood City sports fans. Welcome into Sanders Field here in Ewing Park Sports Complex here in Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, as we bring you live coverage of WPIL High School Baseball. It's your Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the Mohawk Warriors. Section game here, the last one of the season for these teams as they look for playoffs next week. Around the docket, we know that KDKA went and said that they will be announcing on Friday at 3 o'clock. For those brackets. Brad Windhorst alongside Keith Keller here for Ellwood City Sports. Keith, how are we doing today?
Doing wonderful after yesterday's great game, 14-3 win by the Wolverines. Hit the ball very well, the bottom half of the order stepping up, but the one word I want to stick to today is complacency. We don't want to be complacent. You let that game go. It's pretty much why the Riverside game went sideways, the second one. So, just because you beat them yesterday, you got to, keep the pressure on and keep going hard today.
Yeah, and the lineup was turning over very well yesterday. The bottom lineup had a bunch of hits. We saw some individuals with 3 for 4 and a couple 2 for 5s at the bottom lineup. And Jordan Boker, Matt Kelly, and Michael Cuevas. A lot of good, solid contact around the horn. And then obviously we know what we can do at the top lineup.
Yep. Starting
with Biondi, Keller into Lake and Mills. A lot of things there moving in the right direction for the Wolverines. And a lot of things to play for, but most importantly, you play for the victory here on your home field. So, folks, we'll bring up the standings real quick. We'll keep it short and to the point. Obviously, the 4 teams that are officially clinched, Ellwood, Mohawk, Riverside, and Quaker Valley joins the crew now. They defeated Stowe Rocks yesterday 29-0 in their game, and they saw 9 batters, 9 strikeouts, so indirectly the 3 pitchers pitched a perfect game. For Riverside, Matt Santella dealt pretty well against Beaver Falls. He had 1 walk from a perfect game against Beaver Falls, a 10-0 win there. So, and obviously the Ellwood City Wolverines with that victory over Mohawk sitting there at the top with an 8-1 record. Those are the 4 teams that clinch for playoffs. We'll see the seeds when they come out next week. Again, folks, you can catch all the action on our website, www.ecwolverines.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole works. We'll have updates because we are not the only game today as softball is playing at 7 o'clock up at Slippery Rock University. They got a big one. They got Hopewell Vikings. They are clinched for playoffs, but that is a playoff seed and a position in the brackets on the line for both teams. So doing a quick little setup here for the Wolverines. The lineup is exactly the same, identical as yesterday except for one change. Nate Kennedy slides to the pitching mound, and Aaron Lake will be doing the shortstop duties there. So we can talk about Nate Kennedy. If you got some stats there, a little bit of stuff there for you, Keith Keller. Great season so far for Kennedy. I believe a 4-0 record.
Oh, yeah.
On that left side there, second page there, you got some pitching.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, Nate Kennedy with a .67 ERA. He's 4-1 on the year. I think he took the loss against Newcastle, but he came in with the bases loaded. So that's not on him. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, but he didn't want to pitch to the 8-hitter. So there's that. But yeah, Kennedy's sliders, fastball, changeup, looking good this year so far. Hopefully it's working out today. Lake yesterday had a pretty solid outing, head up into the 90s on his pitch count, and the slider and the change just weren't breaking enough for him, I wouldn't think. A lot of 0-2, 1-2 base hits from the Warriors yesterday, so hoping to stay out of that, maybe come inside a little bit more today from Kennedy and have your defense make some plays like we did yesterday.
Yeah, Nate Kennedy leading the team in ERA with a .67, and on top of it, he's not too far off on strikeouts. Not necessarily the strikeout pitch kind of guy that we normally see, but I tell you what, Aaron Lake with 55, right behind him Kennedy with 48. More importantly, the runs against and keeping the walks down. Only 8, I believe it's 8 walks on the season, keeping those numbers to a minimum. And again, folks, if we want to talk about some season stats, yes, we do have some career stats as well on your screen now. We wanted to talk about the seniors a little bit, talk about the 4 years that they've been in the program. The past 4 years at the varsity level, they are 45-29 with 24-19 record in section play at 45-29 the past 2 years. You had 15 wins last year, obviously looking to do that today with 15th win possible, but looking to add to that total along the board. And Jordan Keller, what can we talk about there? I mean, the numbers are ridiculous. 397 career average. That's been flirting around the 400 mark all season long. No BP over 500 and 85 hits. I'd like to see that number hit 15 more, and that'd be awesome to see that for him. And more importantly, the extra base hits are ridiculous. This year, I think he's got over 10 extra base hits. If you total them up, I think he's got, 7 doubles or something like that? Yeah,
Keller has, let's see here, 21 hits total, 20 RBIs, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs.
So some crazy numbers there for Jordan Keller. Obviously, he's going to be one of the individuals that do the hitting for the Wolverines. And then Aaron Lake, we can write a book about what he's done now pitching-wise, more importantly. But talk about the walks, crazy walks on the season. So we'll have our national anthem here as we get ready to go from Sanders Field, Ellwood versus Mohawk. All right, folks, there's the national anthem here. Wolverines will be the home team today wearing the white and blue pinstripes, so the numbers are going to be a little bit different there. Jordan Keller wearing number 4, and there's going to be a couple others that may sub in. We'll announce those as we go along. For Mohawk Warriors, they'll be wearing the black jerseys with the red decal numbers, so pretty easy to see. Unfortunately, as of right now, though, we have not received the lineup. So we're going to be probably doing the lineup on the fly. So if you're watching on Game Changer, you'll get a lineup, but you probably won't get a position until we start the second part of the inning. But we believe that it'll be Bobby Fadden versus Nate Kennedy on the mound and doing the pitching duties for both teams. We'll keep you updated, obviously, as we go through this one.
Now, Brad, the chances that we get a home playoff game are probably slim to none, because I haven't seen a home playoff game here ever.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we'll see it. So another special day for these seniors, as it's most likely their
probably
last home game.
Yep. As you guys know, in the Whippules, there's no home settings for the playoffs for baseball. It's all neutral sites. Don't want to do any predictions just yet, but we assume that North Allegheny probably will be calling our name. So we've been there before, which is awesome. Kind of know that place fairly well. But, yeah, States playoffs, or when you get in the States, potentially you could host the home game. But obviously the job today is beat Mohawk.
Beat Mohawk. That's the goal right here. Step one in the bigger goal that these boys have for themselves. They set out high expectations. We talked about it in the beginning of the year. The local media had them ranked pretty high in the 3A. So, don't want to talk too soon. But right now, one step at a time, Brad.
It's pretty straightforward. You take the top two teams of the section, Ellwood and Mohawk, and then you can take Avonworth and South Park and then Freeport. Those are the 5 teams that everybody's talking about. You can kind of put them in a hat right now and kind of chuck them around. Everybody has something to say, especially with Freeport having an undefeated season. Avonworth upsetting South Park last night, 7-5 in the 8th inning. So it's going to be interesting to see going forward what the Whipple committee decides to do. And again, that's next Friday is the brackets. So, again, on the mound for the Wolverines will be number 5. That's Nate Kennedy. Position behind him wise, going from left to right, you've got at third base Cam Mills. At short is Aaron Lake. At second will be Gino Biondi. First base is Matt Kelly. Behind the plate in the battery at the catcher mound is Jordan Keller. In the left field position, that is Jake Biscup. Center field is Michael Cuevas. And in right field is Anthony Barberio being DH'd by number 10, Jordan Boker.
Jordan Boker hitting a hot stick right now, boy. Lacing balls down the left field line.
Yeah, he's usually due for a little blooper to right field, but he has been hitting it straight.
He may have had 4 or 5 RBIs yesterday. I can't remember the count.
So starting us off will be number 21, and I believe that is Drew
Rona. Little speedy here. I would maybe try to limit a little small ball here. I don't know, to start this off, try to jump on the Wolverines early. He hung in there yesterday for the Warriors as they needed an arm, and he went and got him an arm.
First pitch there called strike as Nate Kennedy gets ahead here. First pitch, 4:41 local time.
Mohawk went through a lot of pitchers yesterday with
yes, they did.
Pizzolo starting off, and then
the one individual that is available from yesterday is Adam Deal. Number 99. He got pulled early before he hit the pitch count limit.
Yeah, it was the second pitcher that came in, then Rona came in after him. Foul ball from Rona there on a low slider from Kennedy. So far, working the outside part of the plate with the lefty Rona up. His brother's doing fantastic, by the way, out in Youngstown.
That's what I've been reading in the newspaper. And
I think he's somewhere around 400.
It's definitely up there for sure.
He can hit, boy. That's a great start. Great start, slider there from Kennedy.
So up next will be number 14. That's the guy we saw yesterday. Yep, Vinny Pizzola.
Yep. Pizzola all over the diamond yesterday, was starting to pitch, then he went to short. And
yes, he did.
Made some great plays over there at short. Caught a couple line drives, some hard hit balls. Just outside, the umpire here lined up over the inside part of the plate, so he couldn't quite see that, I don't think. I thought that caught the corner there on the slider. Definitely need some type of youth movement in the umpiring world here, Brad. We got a lot of elderly folks there umpiring, and God bless them for coming out and supporting the kids, because we need them.
There's a
that's
pop
a blue
flare single there to right field.
That was that's a microcosm of what yesterday was. A lot of just stick the barrel out, get a piece on it, and off to the races they were. A lot of base running gaffes, I think, mostly from the third base coach there from Mohawk. On 3 separate occasions, decided to hold the runner at third on multiple base hits to the outfield. I thought for sure they were going to send him there, which really turned the game in the favor of the Wolverines.
Yep. So that'll bring up Bobby Fadden. Again, folks, we do not have a lineup here yet, so we're going one by one. We assume he'll be on the mound.
Bobby Fadden hitting .472 on the year with 1 home run, and boy, was it a big one against Quaker Valley.
That's what we're alluding to, is not only can he pitch well, he's your go-to five-tool kind of character there for sure.
Another senior out there. A block that Keller tried to glove down there, but runner will advance on the pass ball. I think they got crossed up a little bit there. It looked like Keller and Kennedy having a little conversation, but Keller slaps his leg and a little bit of disgust on himself. He's hard on himself. Lake holds Pizzullo on at second.
That one drops in for a called strike from the outside zone, evens it up 1-1.
That's going to be a tough pitch to hit right there if that location stays consistent throughout the game. Just missed again from the outside corner from the last call. This is a big hot here. If we can get this out here and strand the runners again like we were doing yesterday, it's a good start for the Wolverines. That's going to be a fly ball to Biscup. It's tailing towards the foul line. He's got it tracked. Makes a nice catch. Nice catch on the run there by Biscup, the left, going to his right. And that ball was definitely tailing.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we saw yesterday. That outfield for Mohawk definitely plays a hop, and it could get very interesting. And give credit to the Wolverines yesterday. Defensively, they played very, very well.
They did, and the wind not so much a factor today, even though blowing in from left to right at the American flagpole. But up in Mohawk yesterday, that wind was turbulent. It was a jet stream up top, and if it got up in there, it played some games, and the ball was carrying well yesterday.
So I'll bring up, we believe, the third baseman. That's number 8, Cameron O'Lair.
O'Lair hitting .417 on the year.
Big name. Yeah, that's going to be coming up for Warriors next year in basketball. And, again, that's what happens when you're a 2A, 3A school. You got players and individuals pretty much through this lineup for both teams that play at least 2 to 3 sports year-round. Good comeback pitch there to make the count 2-1.
Kennedy's off-speed pitches so far either low or somewhat a little bit hangy in the zone right now. And O'Lair late on that breaking ball as well. Looked like a little change up there. I can see Kennedy going inside here. I'd like to see something on the inside part of the plate. I don't like slider away here. I don't like fastball up. I would definitely stay on the inside part of the plate here. I'm not against him throwing the slider in either. But we're going to go outside again because that's what we do.
I'm all for jamming.
Yeah,
Just jam the hands.
Yeah, the Wolverines have been focusing primarily on the outside part of the plate. Especially against Lake, you're not going to get somebody that can turn inside that fast, get their hands in and turn on a fastball against Lake.
Runner goes.
Ground ball to Lake. It's going to be a chopper. Nice, easy throw over. And Kelly makes the catch. And the Wolverines escape the top half of the first with no damage, and we'll go to the bottom half. Score 0-0.
right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the first. Wolverines hold Mohawk in check with a 0-0 game here. Starting us off in the lineup for the Wolverines, that'll be number 2, Gino Biondi, second baseman here. First pitch swing, and
See,
that one is going to be fouled back here.
Gino Biondi did the same thing yesterday.
Yes,
First
he
pitch
did.
of the game, he swung and popped up. He has to understand that he has Keller, Lake, and Mills right behind him. So he needs to work Fadden. He's not up there to try to get a hit. He's up there to try to get on bases any way possible.
Ideal 5 pitches for that first bat.
Yeah, he
you want to
needs
see pitches.
Needs to be focused. I can see Fadden coming in with another curveball here. Yeah, he lives and dies on that curveball, fastball. Just foul, about 2 feet to the left of the foul line there.
Gino says, shut up, Brad. I'm going to swing on number 2 as well and make something happen.
That's right. Well, I expect an outside curveball coming out here.
Yeah. Yeah, the way that he swung the bat on that, you're going to see something definitely off speed.
Yeah, I can definitely see him coming off speed here outside. Something out of the zone, but living on the outside part of the play, you got to take it to right field. Yeah, you can see that he paused. I don't know if he's pausing. I don't know if that's a tip off of that off speed pitch, that curveball he's throwing, but we'll see as the game progresses.
So that'll bring up the next batter, that being number 4, Jordan Keller. Again, with the white and blue pinstripes, the numbers changed just a tad. Yesterday wearing number 27 in the black autism awareness jerseys.
Keller hitting .500 on the year. Swings first pitch, and that's a nice play by Pizzolo.
Yep, and then a good pick there at first by Drew Rona as well. So same thing from yesterday for Jordan Keller. He just he's been hitting well in this 2-game series so far. He was 0 for 3 yesterday, but all 3 hits went literally to somebody.
That wasn't an easy play. Again, seeing the curveball early, Keller will hunt the first pitch quite often, but right there again, you gotta be a little bit patient. You don't want to give Fadden a 4-pitch inning, 5-6 pitch inning. You want to try to work the count and get him working.
So I'll bring up Aaron Lake here, number 3. His walk total has been ridiculous the past week and a half.
Yeah, Aaron Lake hitting .412 on the year. And
that OBP.
base on, 16 walks on the season, 643 OBP. And that's going to be a flyout, and that's going to be a very efficient 6-pitch inning for the Warriors right there. Bobby Fadden pumps the fist into the glove, and he's pumped up. And, after one complete, Warriors nothing, Wolverines nothing.
right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the second. Both teams making things happen defensively and pitching-wise so far. Nate Kennedy, 17 pitches, and on the flip side, methodical 6-pitch inning for Bobby Fadden.
Kennedy starts off the count with a strike there on the outside part of the plate. I can start to see Mohawk start pushing that ball to the right side. That's a routine ground ball to Giano. Took a little weird corkscrew.
Yeah, I'm wondering
bounce
if that
there.
Dirt may be a little bit wet still, just a tad, and took a little twist there.
Little 2-pitch at bat there for Kennedy. Very efficient.
So that'll bring up number 7, the right fielder, and that is Tyler Howarth. Tyler was hitting in the 9-hole yesterday and went 2 for 4.
Yeah, the bottom half of their order, pretty much their whole order could hit. They were just getting barrel on ball regardless of where it was at. Like we talked about earlier, seen a lot of 0-1, 0-2 breaking balls from from Lake yesterday, and you just didn't have the movement on it. It wasn't hitting the dirt as much as he wanted to. And here we go again, another 0-2 count. And right here, I'd go inside fastball. I wouldn't even play games. I would stick inside, under the hands, maybe even elevate a fastball here. But nope, we're going to go back outside yet again. And he froze him with the slider. That was a nice pitch by Kennedy.
I tell you what, I like the pace of that at-bat for Kennedy. That was quick 3 pitches.
Absolutely. He's finding himself his rhythm right now. Yeah, Mr. Schmidt. He's a DH.
Yeah, and this is going to be an issue.
Just missed outside a little bit. I thought that caught a little bit part of the corner there.
That's 2 pitches.
Little seeing eye single there for Mr. Schmidt. Good piece of hitting. Looked like it hit off the end of the bat there, but just enough to flare over top of the in between the third and short there for a base hit. And Motter up at the plate now, playing second for the Warriors. That one looked pretty good to me. And again, slightly up in the zone from our expert rules official, Darren Morella, in the booth with us tonight. Former patched umpire.
2-0 count, drops in with a strike on the outside. Makes the count 2-1 here. Kennedy continues to pick up where he left off in the first inning. 2 outs here.
2 outs, runner on.
Nice little punch there.
Cuevas coming in, should have it. Can of corn, there you go. Another efficient inning by Kennedy. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second. Still no score.
right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the second. Wolverines up at the plate here. That'll be number 8, third baseman Cam Mills. First pitch swing, and
that's
going to
get down. That's going to get down. That's going to be a base hit. And that's exactly what you needed right there. Notice how Mills didn't swing too hard there. Little 80% cut. Didn't try to do too much. Base hit.
That, I think, is his first base hit on the first pitch since the third game of the season. He's had some battles there at the plate, so good for him to get on base. And so that'll bring up Jake Biscup. Good
Jake
bunt.
Biscup pushes
Solid
it past
bunt.
Fadden, and it's going to be a base hit. Great bunt. We are getting live updates from the Ellwood faithful in town. Concerned about the feed. Brad says the feed's good. Thank you, Mr. Bill Nardone. They say they're back in action, and they can see the action. Next up for the Wolverines, pitcher number 5. We don't want the viewers out there to be missing anything. It's a big game.
So that'll put runners now first and second, and doing this, Keith, with 0 outs.
0 outs, big thing here. You don't want to run yourself out of this inning either. Kennedy hitting the ball pretty well yesterday. I think the plan here for the Wolverines is absolutely get to Fadden's fastball.
Yep.
I would sit curveball until proven otherwise. He does seem to tip off his curveball a little bit slower delivery, but when it comes to the fastball, as Mr. Justin Shazer and Chris Biondi have noticed, he's snapping it off. Another good bunt here. Pushed it towards the left side. That way he can't really get to the third back. Yesterday we dropped a bunt down and they had to force it third. So good bunt by Nate here. Michael Cuevas coming up, and we know that he can bunt for a single if possible. It is possible.
And on top of it, anything in the outfield here could easily be trouble. You got Cam Mills and then Jake Biscup. Definitely have to keep an eye on it, but they can make a play happen.
Fly ball here should score a run. Fastball again.
Has to be fair, though.
Hey, it doesn't have to be fair. I mean, I'll let him catch one in foul territory, Brad.
Has to be in the field of play. We'll put it that way.
Well, at least there's no infield fly possibility here. As the Warrior infield resets after chasing that ball to the fence line near Nico's down the right field line. I expect a curveball here from Fadden. Oh, that's going to be a shot. That should score a run. That's over his head. Both of them are going to tag, but you know what? Cuevas does his job, and that's a great job by Michael Cuevas. Great play by the center fielder there. Number 1.
Yep.
Mr. Swanson out there.
Yep. Tyler Swanson.
Tyler Swanson.
Talon, sorry. My apologies.
What's his name?
Talon.
Talon Swanson, not to be confused with Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
So that'll be quickly 2 outs, but the Wolverines do strike for 1-0 lead here, and that'll bring up the Mayor.
The Mayor hitting the ball better than anybody on this team right now.
In a 3-2 series now for the Penguins.
Oh my, he was a nervous wreck. We got some text messages from from the basement there. So nervous, he said he almost vomited. And there it is, another base hit, and Jordan Boker stays hot. Wow. Sat on the curveball and ripped it to left.
So just like that, the lead is doubled up to 2 now. 2-0 Ellwood City.
The Ellwood
Jordan
City
Boker.
dugout fired up. Ellwood faithful on the great crowd here we have.
He had what 3 for 4 yesterday?
3 for 4 yesterday,
4
yep.
for 5. You're batting 800. That's an easy number to put out there real fast with the stats. So I'll bring up Matt Kelly, and I tell you what, you want to talk about being efficient. Matt Kelly's been asked to do a little bit more pitching the past week with all the non-section games, and he's keeping things
did a great job yesterday at first base as well.
Yes, he did. He's making plays that you don't hear of, and that's usually a good thing. He's up here early, 2-0 count here.
Quite a crowd over there, Brad, for the Ellwood faithful.
2-0 count from Fadden. Right there on the corner. Makes it 2-1 now.
Got him going the other way.
Yep.
And that's heads-up base running by Boker right there. Seen the ball got by. Way to advance. Boker on the steal made Pizzula there go towards second for the cover. And just a seeing eye single by Kelly. Brings up the top of the order here. Biondi ripped one down the line, just fouled, but then
Back to the top of the order for the Wolverines. Second baseman, number 2.
So that'll bring us to the top lineup. And if you're the Wolverines, you're telling Gino, literally sit for your pitch. Stay within yourself. All you need is a base hit single here, and this thing can get out of hand real fast.
we definitely need a patient at bat here from Mr. Biondi.
Big hole up through the middle here.
After that
First and
sixth pitch first inning from Fadden, where are we at now?
Yeah, he officially has 13 in the inning, so he's at 19. Still a good number, but unfortunately he's given up 2.
Working a little quicker, Fadden. Good piece. That ball was on the outside part of the plate.
Yep.
Like to have seen him try to step and drive that one to right field. Caught it off the end of the bat. Tells me he was trying to maybe pull it a little bit out in front.
So first and third, 1-1 count with 2 outs here for Biondi. That one drops in
Yeah,
up high.
that was
Gets the call.
It's the call. That was a good curveball from Fadden. Wolverine hitters should know what he's throwing. We've seen a heavy dose of it last year in the playoffs. We should be ready. Do you throw any curveballs, Chris Biondi? Get these kids ready. Josh Wise, strength and conditioning coach. Apparently pitching coach. But Biondi goes down swinging on a curveball away. But the Wolverines strike. 4 hits in the inning. And going into the third, it's the Wolverines 2. Warriors coming to bat.
All right, folks, welcome back to your top of the third. Wolverines strike for 2. And they are back out in the field of play defensively for a 1-0 count from Kennedy.
Talon Swanson at the plate right now, hitting .316 on the year. 7 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 triple. So far, the umpire here not really giving much love to the outside part of the plate, so that may need to change the pitch calling here for the Wolverines. That one was up in the zone 3-0.
And that's one of the things that you don't want to do.
You don't want to
after
walk.
scoring 2 runs. You don't want to give them any edge to fight back here.
Kennedy got a battle back here. I don't mind him throwing fastball here. See if he gets underneath one maybe. Seemed to be a little bit low. Kennedy can't believe it. But that's a leadoff walk for the Warriors, and coming up to bat, top of the order here, Drew Rona. I like what the Warriors are doing here, having Swanson there lead off the, hitting last. It's a good way to turn the order over here. A little bit of speed on the bags. If I'm Kennedy, I'm not worried too much about Swanson on first. I'm focusing on the hitters here. Cam Mills playing on the grass here, expecting maybe a bunt. Middle infield playing double play depth. That's going to line over top of Lake's head, and Swanson's going to third. I would have not have made that throw there. I would have held the throw, hit the cutoff man. He didn't have a chance there. You got to play. The game's right in front of you. You got to take what the game's giving you. And right there, you wanted to keep the runner on first and second. Granted, he may have been there on the next pitch, but Vinny Pizzolo coming to the plate. Pizzolo hitting .571 on the year. So a dangerous bat here. The Warriors threatening. And that's a shot to the gap, and that's going to hit the fence. One hops the fence, and we got a tie game. That slider hung in the zone. You can tell Pizzolo sat on that and drove it.
Yeah, and that's probably a product of Nate Kennedy trying to get the first pitch strike there right off the bat to get ahead after being behind. And unfortunately, it's going to cost him. And just like that, it's back even 2-2.
Yep, just a 0-0 game now, Brad. Yep. Back to where we started. They're going to have to work the angles here a little bit better on the pitch calling, in my opinion. Elevate a fastball here, come inside a little bit. Dangerous hitter here with Bobby Fadden at the plate. Warriors, nobody out here, Brad.
Big opportunity for Fadden with runner at second, and like you said, doesn't have to worry about any outs or anything again. Can play this one straight up.
And to be honest with you, I'm not against pitching around Fadden on this. Bring up the 5-hitter, maybe get a ground ball somewhere. Turn 2. You definitely don't want to put one in the zone or he'll make you pay for it. That was a good pitch right there. That came inside, just under his hands. Little slider inside there. Safe, back in time, line drive to Matt Kelly down the first base. Got there a little slower, wasn't the hardest hit line drive, but almost had a double up, and that would have been very nice. Olaire had a hit last at bat, did he not? Or am I wrong about that, Brad?
He was 0 for 1, and let's see. fall through here. I want to say that was the ground out there to
Biondi. Or to Lake.
Lake.
Warriors definitely putting bat on ball right now. A lot of hard hit balls this inning. Little change up there from Kennedy. For a strike. Middle there. There goes the runner. Fly ball. This could be two. This could be two if it hurry. Back in time again is Pizzullo. So twice there. Fly ball out to Cuevas. Who's at this point in this long season so far has been pretty automatic. We haven't had to see him chase too many balls down.
No, and there was maybe one ball there that tailored off a couple last week that he missed. That's like the first one he missed, and that was him tracking several steps to get there.
Yeah, he made a heck of a catch in Newcastle, too.
Yes, he did.
Deep fly ball.
Deep fly ball. Yep.
375 to center out there in Newcastle. Interesting mound visit here with a runner on and 2 outs after 2 quick outs by the Wolverines.
Yep, just a quick little talking to by head coach Chris Wise here, making sure that everybody understands the reads here. Big out here with that. Got to give credit to Matt Kelly. Line drive right at him, and he makes that play. And I tell you what, that could scathe the Wolverines from any trouble here for the next 2 or 3 innings, just because of how the lineup turns over.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll bring up number 10, Chase Wise, 0 for 1 today.
Yep. I expect a long conversation next half of the inning here on pitch selection and location. If not between Bobby and the battery, but just between the battery themselves. Oh. Kennedy yanks a fastball, but Keller was able to get a glove on it outside the left hitter's batter's box there. Fouls it back. Makes the count even 1-1. Right here, I'd like to see Biondi move way over. And there he goes. Almost chased, but a good hold. I prefer to have, with Kennedy throwing some sliders on the outside part of the plate, I'd rather have Biondi playing straight up right here and have Kennedy Lake get back. But a 3-1 count as Kennedy falls behind on Wise. And he walks him on 5 pitches. That'll bring up number 7, Mr. Howarth.
Yep. Again, last night he was 9th batter in the lineup, 2 for 4, and made pretty good contact, as we have a courtesy runner as well for Wise. That'll be number 17. That'll be, I want to say,
Queer.
It is Cameron Queer. Yep.
I can see a double steal here by the Warriors. There goes one. But he fouls it off. Didn't see the sign there. Probably, I would assume that it would have been a double steal. If not a double steal, delayed steal by first to see if they can egg the throw down the second. Maybe Pizzullo coming hard around the bag and try to score from second. See if they do it again. Kennedy pressing a little bit here in the top half of the third. Need a ground ball at somebody here, a strikeout. That's a great pitch by Kennedy there. Slider over the plate. 2 strikes here, 1-2. Definitely don't want to see anything over the plate here. Fastball in would be beneficial. But my assumption is Keller's going to slide out to the outside part of the plate. And there he goes. Keller moving to the outside part of the plate, but a lot of those pitches, Brad, you seeing tailing back in towards the heart of the plate there, and big pitch coming up here. This is a big at bat for the Wolverines and the Warriors.
Still plenty of baseball to be had, but you want to try and get the lead as soon as you can in this game, for sure.
And that's a base hit down the line, and that's going to score. Again, the breaking ball. Pizzola is going to score third base. Got him. Oh, and he hyperextended his left knee on the tag. That did not look good, folks, for the pitch runner Queer. It looked like he either Mills went to the tag, and I don't know if he jammed his leg into the ground there or if it was a combination of both. But hoping the young man's okay there. But after we'll go to the bottom half of the third here, and the Warriors strike and lead the game 3-2.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout here for the injury update, and then we'll come back here for the bottom of the third. 3-2, Mohawk did score the run. Unfortunately, the injury there at third. All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the third, Jordan Keller leading off for the Wolverines. Do have an update on Cameron Queer there. He did make his way off the field by himself. A little bit of a limp, but looks like he will be okay for Mohawk.
Yep, that's good news.
Yes. Both these teams fighting some injuries throughout the season, and you want to try and limit that as much as you can getting into, well, playoffs.
Another ground ball to the left side, and it's going to be another easy play for Patullo. Keller not happy. A little bit of rolling over here, chasing balls out of the zone, trying to make something happen, but you know, that happens. It's baseball. Hitting a baseball is not easy.
So that'll bring up Aaron Lake, 0 for 1 today.
Yeah, the 3-4 so far, 0 for on the day. Two pitch at bat again for Fadden there.
That one drops in, and obviously the take sign was probably on there. As Bobby Fadden efficiently right now at 25 pitches. Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty good through 3 there. That's going to go right at him. Oh, another catch, right? They made a few of those yesterday, Brad, where they were coming in hard and just weren't able to tackle it. So combined 0 for 4 for Keller and Lake so far this game, and 4 pitch innings so far for Fadden.
That'll bring up Cam Mills here. 1 for 1, and kind of started the things get rolling in the right direction last inning. And
see if he can do it again here with 2 outs. Good looking curveball.
So 0-1 count here. I'll even it back up 1-1.
Yeah, that ball bounced right up near our eye level there, Brad. Shout out to Skip Kennedy working at EQS tonight. He told me that he's going to be sitting in his office, shared office, and do nothing but watch baseball tonight. He has a trainee, and that young man needs to learn the craft, I suppose.
Swing and a miss there by Mills. Makes it count 1-2 in favor of Fadden right now, pitching
very well.
Very well.
Seems to be a little bit of a Achilles heel for the old Wolverines there. The pitchers that are very consistent with their breaking ball have given the Wolverines a little bit of trouble so far. And the opportunity to try to chase Fadden here is fading fast because he is being very efficient. Mills works the count full. Wolverines dugout a little bit dejected right now. Don't hear too much yapping. But here comes the claps. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Pretty good crowd here for Mohawk as well, Brad, as we look down the right field line.
Yeah, not too far of a drive from Bessemer.
I made 2 drives to Bessemer yesterday, Brad.
2. I'm assuming 1 unaccounted for.
Just didn't wait long enough, but Fadden's curveball's working, and the Warriors have some momentum. We'll go to the top of the 4th. 3-2 Mohawk.
All right, folks, welcome back here, top of the 4th. Mohawk leading here now 3-2. First pitch swing, and this is a big start here for Nate Kennedy. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Good start for Kennedy there. Landon Schmidt, left field line drive last at bat. So really we're able to get out ahead of this inning, get back in that dugout and try to generate some runs.
Next up for the Warriors, second baseman, number 4.
So that'll bring up number 4, Noah Motor, and everything was to the right throughout this series. 3 outs to center field and right field.
A very low strike call. I don't know if he went or not, but he must have called it on the plate there. But that was low. Keller's glove moving way outside.
As the sun starts to creep through, 73 degrees, partly cloudy.
Quite miserable this morning, Brad.
It was. It was right before I started driving to work.
Fly ball to Cuevas for his first at bat.
So
1-2 count. See what Kennedy does here. Almost got him to chase there.
no, it's a different part of the lineup, but I have a feeling Kennedy was talked to for a little bit in that dugout. It seems a little bit more.
Yeah, here's what I don't want to see, though, Brad. As we move towards the playoffs here, you don't want to become predictable.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, give credit to Kennedy and Lake and Mills and the pitchers that have gone out there, but it's been very predictable, the pitch calling. And it might come back to burn us here. But he got him with a changeup there. That was a nice changeup by Kennedy. Well, again, on the outside part of the plate. But, just because you're up in the count 0-2, 1-2, you got to mix it up. I mean, high fastball, elevate something, come underneath the hands. I mean, bounce one. You got Keller back there who's pretty much a brick wall, except for the first inning.
So that'll bring up Talon Swanson. And he got things started last inning. He was walked on 5 pitches, and unfortunately that's what led to a 3-2 lead here for Mohawk.
Yeah, Swanson is going to flip the order here. Should be an out to Cuevas as he jogs over to his right, and that's a good 1-2-3 inning for the Wolverines. Boys got to get the bats going, so we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Mohawk 3, Wolverines 2.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the 4th inning. As Keith Wenton said last inning, the Wolverines bats got to get alive, and it starts here with Jake Biskup at the plate.
That's right. They got to sit here and be patient, work the count a little bit. Got to drive up Fadden's pitch count, only at 20. What are we at here?
He was now officially at 34.
34 pitches for Fadden here in the 4th, and that's quite efficient. A lot of credit to him, but that's going to get right at him. Bat on ball, but another hard hit ball right at another Mohawk defender.
Next up for the Wolverines, pitcher number 5, Nick Kennedy.
Good piece here. Kennedy looking to help out the cause. Get a base runner on. Got to be patient. Have to work the pitch count. but another great breaking ball. From Fadden, probably right now 75-25 percentage-wise, curveball to fastball ratio here. And Kennedy flies it to the right field. Kind of an in-betweener there, tailing, but a easy play there for the second baseman, Miss Motter. So that's 2 quick outs for the Warriors.
Next up for the Wolverines, center fielder, number 1, Michael Cuevas.
Just 4 pitches so far from Fadden, and once again, 37 total. But
They're going to have to figure him out, Brad.
Yep.
They're going to have to figure it out because he's going to go the distance is my guess. Trying to start off the at-bat here with a fastball, just missed inside. Curveball away, yanked that one a little bit. 2-0 count for Cuevas. You still got to be patient here. I would make sure that he's throwing strikes here. Wind blowing in aggressively from the left field line here, Brad. We're getting papers going everywhere. I'm going to put this giant bag of Jolly Ranchers right on top of that. Courtesy of Chris Wise. Chris Biondi. Oh, my God. I got to go to confession after that. Good Lord.
Swing and a miss there makes the count 2-2 for Cuevas with 2 outs.
Way to hold off on the high fastball. Bobby probably has the confidence, and I would assume he has the confidence to throw that curveball for a strike at a 3-2 count. Walks him. That one broke a little bit late, little high. Inside, Bobby looking for the call, but didn't quite get it. And we got runners on, and one of the hotter hitters so far this year. Well, these last 2 games, Jordan Boker, the mayor. If Cuevas can get to second, we got a chance here. If I'm Boker, anything closer, if it's in the dirt, I'm taking a cut just to help out Cuevas because he's got to go. 100%. Fadden's going to throw over. Looked a little bit high and outside to me. Boker's down 0-1. Fadden steps off. Cuevas not a big lead, but there he goes. Boker hits it to right field. Got to get over his head. It has a chance. It is off the glove. Here comes Cuevas. Is going to score. Boker's going to go to third.
Wow.
Another big hit by Jordan Boker. Ties the game for the Wolverines.
A triple for Boker that ties this one up, folks, as Darren Morella gets a little excited.
A little bit. We don't have a button up here for that kind of stuff. My Lord. The FCC will be all over us. What an effort, though, by the right fielder, number 7, Tyler Howarth. Hey, he was on a beat for it. It just got off the end of his glove. Kelly up again. Runner on third here. Pass ball. Something in the dirt can make it happen here. Wolverines can get the lead right back. Oh, curveball away. Great block by Chase Wise there. Great block. Not so much a block, but got his glove down to stop it from skipping away. Kelly chases a great curveball on the outside part of the plate. Probably a little low in the zone, Brad, but I think that maybe would have caught a bit of the strike zone here. Big pitch coming up. Waits on it. Drives it to left, and it's hanging up just a little bit. What an effort.
Yep.
And just foul, but a great play.
Give credit to the left fielder. That's Stevenson. Danny Stevenson.
Reaching
out there.
Yep. On his horse there, getting to the foul territory. Started tailing foul a little bit late there, but seen that yesterday, the Warrior left fielder playing way off the line, and A little bit far, not too far off the line today, but trying to keep those those drives we had last night into singles instead of doubles.
1-2 pitch from Fadden.
Oh, that was a great pitch. That looked like it borderline ball strike there, maybe on the bottom half or top half of the shin.
So
Fadden going from the windup here.
rub the hats here, 2-2 count.
And he waits on the curveball and fouls it off. Great battle here from Kelly.
So once again, 2-2 count to Kelly from Fadden.
Oh, a little
This could be
blooper. Oh,
trouble.
it's right at Pizzula.
Nope.
Not enough.
Yep.
Just not enough. But the Wolverines strike back. The Mayor ties the game and getting the dugout fired up. We'll go to the top of the fifth. Tie game.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Sanders Field, top of the fifth inning. And just like the top of the fifth, it's the top of the lineup for both these teams for that matter. We're going to see both of them leading off with leadoff hitters, and that will be Rona here for Mohawk. First
Chopper
pitch
right to
swinging.
beyond. He should have an easy play, and it takes a weird bounce, and he's weird bounce off the lip of the infield grass. Was coming around it rather slowly. Maybe he should have charged that. It was a slow roller, a slow chopper, but
Next up for the Warriors, shortstop, number 14.
but a hit for Rona. I'm going to say. I would say that's probably a hit. I mean, that took a wicked bounce off the collar. Took it right to him. But Rona was flying down the line. Biondi needed to be coming hard at that ball. I don't think he would have had him even if he made the play. So not what you wanted. You wanted the ground ball, Brad, but the bounce is not going the Wolverines' way right this second here, but needs something here. And again, the Wolverines living on the outside part of the plate. And they are not getting the calls. And the Warriors know this. They're sitting there patient, waiting for something to come across the plate there. Vinny Petula there. I wouldn't have swung at that, to be honest with you. I know he wants.
You're 2 for 2. You're up 2-0 in the count with a runner first.
Yeah,
No.
and you want something over the heart of the plate that you can drive. Hit.
That's a big play here in right field.
Fly ball.
Barbario.
Barbario tracking. Got the play. Nice play, Barbario. Big out there for the Wolverines.
Barbario, just like Matt Kelly at first, playing a very quiet, methodical right field the past
That's
couple
right.
of games.
Like we talked about earlier in the year, those were the two spots that needed filled, and seems to have
On
found
point.
our spots there. In a little bit of platooning with Joey Nardone in right field in some of the games. Did a great job out there.
Yep.
But as of right now, you got the junior and the senior
So that'll bring up Bobby Fadden here. Again, doing the pitching duty, so that's his main point right now. 0 for 2 in today's game. Wolverines keeping in check.
Late time called. Late time granted. I don't agree with that at all. Kennedy was in his windup, and
Yes, he was.
And that's a generous timeout given by the home plate umpire. Keller with a big block there as Rona was leaning towards second, but not enough to maybe coerce a throw down to first. Fouls it off. Rona with a nice beard, by the way. Excuse me, Mr. Fadden here with a nice beard. I don't think Rona can grow a beard. He's you know what I mean. Fouls it straight back on a fastball up and away. Kennedy ahead in the count, 1-2. Right here, I don't know what you go with, but I don't go anywhere near a slider or an off-speed pitch. I throw up and in, elevate a fastball, see if we'll chase one. Rona at first with a big lead. Very aggressive posture. Got him going. Ball gets away, but good jump by Rona. Not the greatest throw by Keller. Strike him out. Rona strikes out with a ball in the dirt. Keller picked it. Could not advance with first base occupied.
So that'll be 2 outs there for the Wolverines. That'll bring up the third baseman, Cameron O'Lear. 0 for 2 today. He's had everything up through the middle, ground out and a fly out. So let's see if the Wolverines can get through the top of the lineup here for the Warriors.
Wind's going to hold everything in here.
First pitch swinging.
That's the first pitch I've seen inside all day. First pitch inside we've seen all day, and it was a slider. In on the hands, fouled it off to the right. Like we said, I mean, tip your cap to the kid that can get his hands inside on a fastball or a slider and drive it to left field. Especially when you're seeing somebody like Lake or, Kennedy doesn't have a lot of velocity on his fastball, probably sitting. That's going to come forward. Barberia is going to come up throwing. And that's going to be the lead. 0 for 2 turns into 1 for 3, and an RBI single gives the Warriors a 4-3 lead. That pitch was over the middle, breaking ball that did not break. Another breaking ball that did not break. Should have been nowhere near the zone. Is that a 1-1 count, Brad, that he hit that on? 1-1 count. I just don't understand it. I do not understand the pitch calling in this game whatsoever. So they know you're living on the outside part of the plate. They know that anything that's been thrown on the outside part of the plate has been coming back across the middle of the plate. So why not just sit and wait?
So that'll bring up Chase Wise here, 0 for 1 today. So another RBI here with 2 outs makes the lead 4-3 in favor of Mohawk. So again, everything outside here. As Kennedy gets close to 78 pitch count here.
It's rather frustrating, Brad, as I breathe deeply into the microphone here. A little bit up, but gets the strike call to makes the count 2-2. So the Wolverine bats are going to have to battle back again. That's a big pitch here, Brad.
2-2 count.
Got him chasing on a slider away, way away. But the Warriors strike with 2 outs and regain the lead. After 4.5, it's the Warriors 4. Wolverines coming to bat.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Warriors back in front once again. Got to bring up the top of the lineup here for Ellwood City. First pitch swing and fouled off by Biondi. Biondi 0 for 2 today.
Yep, and another first pitch swinging. Pretty much a leadoff man right here, you know. You got your leadoff as usual, and looks a little antsy in the box, if you will. Feet are moving, a little choppy. Fastball low in the dirt. Makes the count even at 1-1. Curveball low in the zone, makes it 2-1. He's a more patient at bat right now. We've seen 2 there. Like to see him lay off this one as well. You know what I mean? I mean, it has to be something you can absolutely drive if you're swinging at this pitch, Brad.
2-1 count from Fadden.
Gets in the hole. Vinny with a nice play. Throw across the diamond. Made it look easy, folks. Made it look easy. Going to his right in the hole. Nice and tall over there, Mr. Rona. Bang, bang, 6-3 on the put away. We'll bring up Jordan Keller. 0 for 2 on the day. 2 first pitch swinging ground balls to the shortstop. Pizzulo here. I'd like to get these 2 going here, Brad. You know what I mean? I can see Keller being a little patient here at this at bat. Called for a strike on the inside part of the plate. What was that at, Brad? Did it hit the plate, or was it more inside than? I can't see. He's standing right here. Keller's going to fly out. That ball is tailing. Falls down, makes the catch. Unbelievable. Wynn was playing games with that one. Caught it off the end of the bat and was able to maintain composure out there. Mr. Howarth falling down. You're a little quiet, Brad. What's the matter? You getting nervous?
No, I'm just trying to process every little thing, and unfortunately the bat's at the top of this lineup right now. 0 for 6, 0 for 7, 0 for 8.
Well, I think we're just 0 for 5 right now. Maybe we'll be 1 for 6 here after Aaron gets a piece of one. And he pops it straight up into the air, major league fly ball, and Pizzola's going to camp underneath it and make the catch, and the Wolverines, again, top of the order, go down. We'll go to the 6th. Mohawk, 4-3.
right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the sixth inning, Warriors up 4-3 as we head to the back end of this one. As that'll bring up Tyler Holworth, who made that falling catch there in right field, and he'll be at the plate here. First pitch swing right to the third baseman Mills. The first, unfortunately, that one goes for an error, and that will put Holworth now at second with no throw. So all things, unfortunately, starting to fall apart here for the Wolverines. They got to keep things together.
Next up for the Warriors, DH number 15, Landon Schmidt.
So that'll bring up next batter in the lineup, the DH here, number 15, that being Landon Schmidt. So far today, 1 for 2 at the plate with nobody out here. Runner at second. This could be kind of like an insurance run per se for Mohawk. Granted, how this one's been playing out, it's been kind of going back and forth. First pitch swinging right to Lake on the ground. He's going to get Holworth in a rundown here. And a little bit of a fake here. Pitch there, out at second. So give credit to Holworth. Kind of making that one get earned, but he is out at second.
Next up for the Warriors, second baseman number 4, Noah Mark.
So that'll be one out here for Ellwood City, and Kennedy on the mound, sitting there at 81 pitches. That'll bring up number 4, that being Noah Motor. 0 for 1 here. Sorry, 0 for 2 on the 0-1 count. That one's sling there to right fielder Barberi, who reaches up, makes a screaming second out there of the inning.
What I missed, Brad?
It's a good thing you missed.
Okay.
But we have 2 outs.
2 outs is better than none.
Yeah, that'll bring up the 9th batter of the lineup here. That's number 1, Talon Swanson, the center fielder, 0 for 1 as well today. Got to give credit.
I'll tell you what, Brad. I was thinking about this on my break. I'd say we mention the obvious here. If the Wolverines can win this game, they're outright section champs.
Well, not only that, but they're going to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say it, but if they win out, they're the number 1 seed. It's a no-brainer. Pitch outside for ball 1. Especially with South Park, unfortunately, losing to Avonworth. Now you got a log jam there with Avonworth in the lead, technically.
And you don't want to get some random seed. Who knows what the Whoopie will do next Friday. We've seen some interesting seedings in the past. Big at bat here for the Wolverines. A must out here, Brad. A must out.
So that pushes the count here to 2-1.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the numbers game. It sounds like he's calling a bingo match at a church hall. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I'm old school, though, Brad. I like the signs. Especially if the signs are changed every game and different indicators and wipes, and it can get pretty complicated. Full count here for the Wolverines, Brad, and we're going to be, runners will go on the pitch.
This will be pitch number 89 for Kennedy on the 3-2.
And he yanks a slider again, outside part of the plate. Who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed that would have been outside? 3-2 pitch. You got to come to him. The Warriors have been real patient and haven't chased anything really all day. And you continue to go to the outside part of the plate. I just do not understand it.
So it looks like there will be a pinch runner here at first from the looks of it. Maybe, potentially.
Nope, he's putting his
Nope.
oven mitt on.
Nope, check that. Saw a couple things being thrown around, and coach coming out here to talk about lineup.
This is a big at-bat here for Drew Rona and for Nate Kennedy. Need an out in the worst way. Nothing in play. And the Wolverines out there looking a little dejected, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's a one-run game. You got to get your heads up. There's a lot of baseball left to play. We got 2 more ats at this. Bringing in the left fielder. Pinch runner.
Yep. So that will indirectly kill the DH here because Stevenson, who's being DH for.
I don't like anything, Brad. You don't want to be section champs. You don't want to be lobbed into that pool. You want to own it. And the Wolverines right now need to get it together and take ownership of this game. Bottom half of the order is what has let this Wolverines team be in this ball game. Brad working on Game Changer, his favorite application.
Yeah, Game Changer doesn't allow you to kill a DH correctly on this game.
And that's going to be a fly ball to Cuevas, who went back at first, but speedy enough to get the out. 1 pitch, 1 out to Rona. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Wolverines bats got to wake up. 4-3.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Big opportunity, big inning here for Ellwood City. Cam Mills leads off with a punch right back to Bobby Fenn, who will literally take the 60-some foot walk himself over to first.
Very impatient. Top half of that order, besides Mills' first at bat, have been very impatient and letting Fadden do what he wants to do today. He's probably, in the 60s maybe?
Yep, that was pitch number 60.
That is unbelievable, folks. Good on him, though. Great outing. Got the Ellwood hitters fold. Jake Biscup looking to start something off here. Had a nice hard hit ball to left field, but right at the left fielder. Jake needs to work this count here. Fastball in for a strike at the knees for a 1-1 count. As soon as Fadden gets a strike, he will work that curveball. And he will stick to it.
Yep.
I have not seen him, even when if the count's close 2-1, he will still throw that curveball. He's seen the Ellwood hitters be very, very impatient, so might as well go after it. And there's a base hit by Biscup to start it off. Right here is not the time to drop down a bunt. Not right now anyway. No reason to bunt here. We need base runners, and we need a lot of them.
Next up for the Wolverines, pitcher number 5, Nate Kennedy.
So Nate Kennedy comes up to the plate here. 0 for 1 today.
Biscup with a decent lead there at first. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Kennedy didn't like it. But I think it caught a pretty good portion of the plate there. What I don't understand, Brad, is they know that Fadden's going to go to the curveball. Take a guess. Steal. You steal on the curveball, you have a better chance of getting in the second. You're not going to steal pretty much on the fastball. Wasn't too bad of a throw by Wise there. There goes Biscup. Fastball, Kennedy, right at him. He made the catch. Made the catch, and that's going to double him up. Another big play by the right fielder, Howarth. And he is keeping this game at a 4-3. That one gets down, folks. We got a tie ball game, but we'll go to the 7th. Warriors down. Warriors up 4-3.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Last inning in the frames wise. That's the top of the 7th for Mohawk with a 4-3 lead here, and that'll bring up number 14, Vinny Pizzola, 2 for 3 today. Kennedy out there at pitch number 91. So
this should be his last one. Maybe one more if he can get a quick out here, but base hit, and that should probably do it for Kennedy. If you're going to go to Mills here, I would have went to him earlier. You know, now he's going to come on with runners on, and no movement yet from the Ellwood dugout.
I think this is going to be
Next up for the Warriors, pitcher number 3,
Kennedy's guy against Fadden here.
Yeah, 0 for 3 Fadden on the day.
I was going to say, if there's one location right now in this lineup that Kennedy has been efficient with, it has been Bobby. 0 for 3.
Big insurance run out there with Wise at first. Excuse me, Vinny Pizzola.
Yep.
I don't know why I said wise. Maybe a big at bat for Bobby Fadden. Ground ball, base hit through the line, misses Pizzolo. He's going to third. And the runner will advance on the ground ball through the hole. And the Warriors with runners on the corners, and Kennedy at 95.
Next up for the Warriors, third baseman, number 8, Cam O'Leary.
O'Leary at the plate now. Infield not moving. You need to, as Mr. Biondi here sitting to my left has mentioned, the infield needs to be in here. You cannot afford another run with the limited hits that we've had in this game. I understand holding Fadden on. You don't want more than one coming across here. If I'm Fadden, I'm going. There he goes. Nope. Got him tied up. Going. Oh, and Kennedy throws it away. They had him on the fake third, throw to first, and that's going to be an error on Kennedy on a throwing error to Mills, and still nobody out, and Fadden's now on second. Kennedy seemed to trip on the grass there. Another unfortunate break as the breaks are going for the Warriors, Brad, and not so much for the Wolverines, but we still got an at bat, Brad, I believe. Just got to get out of this jam. Cues it off the end of the bat, back to the backstop. This is Kennedy's last batter, and we're going to end up seeing Mills coming in next. Difference in the game so far is the top half of the Mohawk order has produced, and top half of the Ellwood order has struggled mightily.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ellwood, 0 for 9 first 3 batters.
Kennedy yanking a fastball outside there for a ball. But again, this is nothing to get dejected about. That's why you play the game. Anything can happen in the bottom half. You got to have the energy. You got to keep it up no matter what. Foul ball down the right field line. Even if Barberia can get to that, I don't think you catch it. That'd be a turn and Bo Jackson type throw from right field, or Vlad Guerrero if he's going to nail anybody. The ball's settled in the intermittent cut of this rough of an infield we have here, Brad. If it's me, I'm shaving it. Getting out the old grass shaver, and I'm shaving the heck out of this infield. I want to give my infielders an opportunity to make a play on a ground ball that's not going to die in the infield. But that's just me. Very opinionated this game, Brad, so there might be a write-up in the paper.
It's not the first time we've had a write-up in the paper. 1-2 count here. Nobody out here. Next count even 2-2. So Kennedy officially hits 100 pitches. This will be his last batter faced, with Wise on deck.
Yeah, Kennedy was up 0-2 on this hand here. You want to keep it close. Give us a chance in the bottom half. The Mohawk dugout loud, and in this game, body language from the Wolverines will tell you something different. In a time called. If I'm Kennedy, I throw a fastball here. The slider's done. But again, maybe Keller will line up on the outside part of the plate. And there he goes. And he gets him with a changeup. Great changeup. Keller lined up outside, but again, as we've seen all game, it's been tailing back over the heart of the plate.
So that'll officially close the book on Kennedy. While the pitching change, we'll take a timeout here. Cam Mills will be up next on the mound to try to finish out this inning. 5-3 Mohawk with the lead. right, folks, welcome back here. Pitching change. Cam Mills will slide from third base. Nate Kennedy will take over that position there. And a 5-3, 1 out runner at second. That will bring up Wise at the plate.
Fastball high. Cam Mills coming into the game today. Let's see. I haven't seen him in a little bit there on the mound there, Brad.
Yeah, he's thrown
The
16
16 innings pitched.
But it has been at least, I want to say, almost 2 weeks with everything that's gone down, basically.
Yeah, Mills with a 3.5 ERA and 16 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned.
That's a lie. He pitched in Newcastle. That was a lie.
I'm just telling you what the paper says.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right, he pitched at Newcastle. Surprised he didn't wear that. It was a breaking ball. Take a little doink off the helmet, and you still have runners on first and second with 1 out. And the threat's still very much alive here for the Warriors. Different approach here from the Warriors today as from yesterday, and Bobby Fadden the reason behind that.
He didn't really do anything fancy per se at the mound. He just did his pitching, and he stayed within himself. And
yes, he did.
It's Bobby Fadden we're talking about, folks. So that's all you need.
I mean, Bobby Fadden, we knew he was going to come in here. We knew he was going to throw curveballs, and we still decided to swing at first pitches. And so it goes. Well, another walk by the Wolverines. I don't know if that's our first or second walk of the game. I don't think we've had many. Maybe it's our first.
I want to say that's our second. Nope, that's our fourth.
Our fourth walk. We were both wrong. Terrible.
Well,
fourth walk of the game. Runners on first and second now. And the runner on second is not Mills. Does not belong to him. The runner on first does. If he were to score, that goes towards Kennedy. But Mills needs to hit the strike zone here. Fastball fouled straight back by Howarth, who has kept the Mohawks in the lead in this game single-handedly besides Bobby Fadden. Fell down, caught a fly ball, almost made an unbelievable catch on the triple by Boker, and then robs Kennedy with a diving grab.
Yeah.
I mean, tip your cap to him. Big pick by Keller.
I think ultimately we can talk about all we want about the bats, the lineup, maybe the hitting not being there right now for Ellwood. I think it just comes down to this is probably the first time all season long, for sure, defensively wise, they've been outplayed.
Correct. I would say so. A couple gaps on our side of the defensive ball there. And I'm not quite sure why we're going. We got runners on. You got to live fastball here. You can't be putting runners on just by walking here. And every one of his off-speed pitches so far hasn't been anywhere near the zone. Fastball called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Evens up the count 2-2. Fouls it off to the right side.
So the line on Kennedy, 6 1/3. 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, a 4.42 ERA. Will be in line for the loss right now as we speak with a 2-2 count from Mills. Little punch
it's
there.
a little punch. That's going to drop in maybe, and it will.
And everybody's safe, so now bases loaded again with just 1 out.
That was in the middle of nowhere, and Cuevas.
Next up for the Warriors, DH number 15, Landon Schmidt.
So that'll bring up the left fielder, number 15, Landon Schmidt, as everybody is being officially pulled in here.
Play at the plate here. Anything to the infield here to stop a run. And again, Mills having some difficulty finding the strike zone right now, Brad. So this at bat here can make or break it right here, folks. Fastball down the middle. And I know I keep harping on it, but I'm going to keep harping on it. Cam Mills' velocity would be 5 miles an hour faster if he would bend. I should not be able to read his number from the outfield if he's pitching. Fly ball out of play to the left side. And I'll make the count 0-2. And if an outside breaking ball is on your bingo card, you might win the coverall tonight, folks. Because that might be the pitch. Big pitch coming up, and well, another outside breaking ball that stayed over the heart of the plate. Pins and needles here for the Ellwood faithful. Brad's nervous, I think. Little fister. That's an infield fly. And the home plate umpire has called it. Who would have thought we'd see that again? Brad raises his hand like
Absolutely, I would have seen it happen.
Like
He knew it was coming.
like a student with his hands in the front row in class. Excited.
Saw that one coming.
Infield will move back. Mohawk still with the bases loaded as the wind whips through the press box here. It's quite nice, by the way.
That'll bring up number 4, Noah Motter. First pitch
Wanted-
thought about
Wanted to offer.
Yep.
And you'll see why. That's exactly why the pitches are up in the zone.
Yep.
If he were to bend, the arm angle comes down. He's able to locate a lot better. Goes away from the tunneling. You can't throw a high fastball and then expect your breaking ball to fool anybody if you're not seeing relatively the same location as your fastball, and vice versa. But again, we still have life in the bottom half of this inning, and
Yep.
and if
all
we
it takes is a couple.
that's
that,
right.
That bottom lineup has been pretty solid today again.
And if and this is nothing to hang your head down about. I know the Wolverines want to get away with a win here, but an excellent section season so far, and and there's more to play for here. There's more to play for. Section titles, nothing. We have aspirations for greatness. Fastball up. And I'd go right back to it as Justin Shazer has mentioned behind me. No need to go anything different here. I'd go fastball up in the zone again, or right over the heart of the plate, to be honest. He's been late on the fastballs over the plate.
So 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded here for Mills to Motter.
And fastball up. Nowhere to put him. Runners will be going on the pitch. Full count to Motter. Deep breath from Mills. Set in the payoff pitch. Runners go. Base hit into the gap, and that's going to drop in, and then this game is blown open, folks. That'll bring in 2 as Barbario gets over to cut it off. The outfield playing no doubles there. They seemed a little shallow on that, Brad, did they not?
They did.
And I don't understand why. With 2 outs, no need, but 7-3, so it's going to be a monumental hill to climb for the Wolverines if they want to claw their way back into this one. One of those runs will go to Kennedy, the other to Mills. Am I correct on that, Brad?
Yep. So that'll make the score 7-3 now. And there's still a couple out there on the bases. First and third, 2 outs here. You got to get this one out, and that is Talon Swanson, 0 for 1 today.
Fastball up in the zone. Not expecting a steal here. I'd be shocked if he goes with the way the Warriors have been hitting the ball this inning. Fastball over the heart of the plate for a strike. Evens the count to 1-1. Don't forget my quote I sent you earlier, Brad, about tomorrow. You can't have a bad day of work if you don't go.
I have no clue what you're referencing.
I'm just saying. Words of wisdom from the booth here tonight. That goes for anybody out there that maybe want to take a day off, regroup. Fastball for a strike. That looked like it was middle. Batter seemed to disagree with that.
So back at it, 2-2 count, 2 outs here.
Swanson even though he's 0 for 1, has done a great job flipping the order. I mean, that's a lot to think about, you know. 2-2, big pitch coming up. You don't want to fall behind full here again. Runner at second will take off. Runner at first will take off for second, excuse me. On the pitch. And he gets him looking for strike 3, but the Warriors with a big single bring him 2. The 3-run 7th makes the climb up a little harder. 7-3 Mohawk with last at bats coming up.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Ball of the 7th, do or die opportunity here for Ellwood City, down now 4 runs, 7-3, Mohawk with the lead.
See what we're made of here, Brad.
Yep.
Can we climb back into it? Fastball to start it off. That looked low, but strike 1 as the young Cameron Keller looks on from the driveway as he's left early. Not a faithful fan there. He left the game early, Brad. You never leave the game early. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's probably right. Oh, that's going to be an easy roller down to third base. Double clutch throw. Low, but a pick by Rona, and that's 1 away. Jordan Boker coming in hot. Needs to start something off here.
Next up for the Wolverines, DH number 10.
Yeah,
Jordan
talk about a day yesterday, 3 for 4 today, 2 for 2, 5 for 6 in the past 2 games. Gotta give credit to Boker with the wood.
Yep, got to give him credit. Got to start something off here. Base hit, walk, anything to get on base to get something going for the. Oh, you got to wear it. You got to wear it. That's one you got to wear if you're Boker. You got to wear that one. That's one of the rare mistakes from Fadden today, Brad. That one just got away from him. And fastball middle for strike 1. Here comes the curveball. And if I'm Fadden, I don't really worry about the curveball, to be honest with you. And there goes Boker again, another base hit. Starts it off. Jordan Boker, 3 for 4 today?
3 for 3 and
3 for 3.
3 for 4 yesterday. 6, 4, 7.
He's seeing it. 6-7, Brad. 6-7. Matt Kelly. If we can get Kelly on, we got the top of the order coming up, and things could get interesting, even though we're 0 for 9 at the top of the order today. But one more at bat, they could be due. They are due. And Kelly takes a ball outside. Where's Fadden at in pitches? Like 72, 75?
74.
Oh, I'm
Right
close.
in between.
Boker with the lead at first. Don't want to get picked off here. No need. Up in the zone. 2-0 count to Kelly. I'm taking all the way here, Brad.
Yep.
You need base runners. You don't need big hits. You need base runners. And that's a good take. That's a pitch on the inside part of the plate. You see that, Brad?
Yeah. I don't need to be reminded.
Okay. Just thought I'd throw it out there.
They do. 2-1 count.
And that might do it, folks. Backs up, ground ball, flip the second on to first. Double play ends the game, and the Warriors come in and beat the Wolverines 7-3, guaranteeing a shared section championship with the Wolverines. In a well-pitched game by Bobby Fadden, 76 pitches. Very consistent approach to the Ellwood batters, and, story of 2 days. Same thing happened at Riverside, and, we got our work cut out for us, Brad. But here we are. That'll end section play, and we wait for the Whippeal to decide our fate next Friday.
Yep. So Ellwood City will fall to 14-3 on the season. They'll have a couple more games next week. We'll see what the schedule is like. We know that's it for the rest of the week because prom is on Friday.
Yeah,
for
prom is Friday.
Ellwood City, and we will be covering that. Still don't know the theme. Don't know anything about it, but we'll find out at some point.
I don't remember. Putting on the Ritz is the theme. Putting on the Ritz.
So there we go. So now I now know what my homework
Wow,
is.
that was an impressive backflip by the left fielder there, number 16.
I would not be doing backflips.
Oh, if I tried that, Brad, things would be bad. Things would be terrible.
What would happen is somebody would have to front flip me back to get up.
Absolutely.
All right, folks. Final score here: Mohawk beats and defeats the Wolverines 7-3. That means that we will co-share the section title. That'll be Ellwood's first title since 2012. It's not necessarily the taste that you want for being outright, but either way, you take the 14-3 record heading into the last week of play before playoffs.
Absolutely.
We assume, if the Whippeal community is smart, that we're looking at a 2-seed, 3-seed range. I'm assuming 2-seed for Ellwood, but how the ranks have been, they've been the 2-seed or the ranked number 2 in 3A all season long. And I think today's win obviously not only share the section title for Mohawk, but more importantly, I think after yesterday's loss, there was that chance that they could slide from that 4th-ranked spot. I think this here clearly shows it bumps them right back to that 3-4 section. And we got to see where it heads out, folks. Again, we talked about South Park Avonworth. They have a second game tonight being played. And then Freeport, you can't forget about them. Undefeated season. They're still rolling. Another blowout over, I think, Charleroi yesterday, 15-0, and they're 14-0 on the season. So final score one more time here. Section title shared between the two Lawrence County teams. Mohawk winning today 7-3 after Ellwood defeated the Warriors yesterday 14-3. On behalf of Ellwood City Sports, Brad Windhorse, Keith Keller saying good night, folks, and we will see you sometime down the road.